Hello everyone. Today I am starting the second lecture of course on basic electrical engineering. In this lecture I am going to discuss node, branch and loop, Kirchhoff's law, resistance in series and parallel, short circuit and open circuit. Node, branch and loop. To explain node, branch and loop, let us consider a circuit as shown in figure. The circuit elements in the circuit are 6 resistors R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 and voltage source V. Node is a junction in a circuit where two or more circuit elements are connected together. Here the circuit elements are connected at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. As per definition, these points are called node. Branch. Branch is the part of a network which lies between two junctions. One branch in between two junctions, 5 and 6 is highlighted in the figure. The number of branches in the figure is 7. Loop. Loop is a closed path in a circuit in which no element or node is encountered more than once. There are 3 different loops in the circuits. Loop 1, loop 2 and loop 3. Mesh. It is a loop that contains no other loop within it. There are 2 number of mesh. By the definition wise, mesh are L1 and L2. Kirchhoff's law. Kirchhoff's law are used to understand how current and voltage work within a circuit. This law is also used to determine the equivalent resistance of a complicated network of conductor. 2 different laws are there, current law and voltage law. Kirchhoff's current law or point law, that means KCL. It states that in any electrical network, the algebraic sum of the currents meeting at a point or junction is 0. Let us consider 5 different elements meets at a point A. Using sign convention, current to the point is positive and outgoing from the point is negative. As per the law, I1 minus I2 plus I3 plus I4 minus I5 equal to 0. So we get I1 plus I3 plus I4 equal to I2 plus I5. That means incoming currents equal to outgoing currents. Kirchhoff's voltage law. The algebraic sum of the products of currents and resistance in each of the conductors in any closed path in a network plus the algebraic sum of the EMF in that path is 0. So summation of IR plus summation of EMF equal to 0. So summation of voltage equal to 0. To apply Kirchhoff's law in a circuit, it is important to define the sign convention of voltage and voltage law. The stepwise method to determine the voltage signs are: imagine a closed loop path. In case of direct power source like battery, if the current flow direction through the loop is negative to positive terminal, then the voltage sign is positive, as shown in figure A. But if current flow direction through the loop is positive to negative terminal, then voltage sign is negative, as shown in figure B. In case of voltage change through the resistance, if the loop path direction is same as the current, then it is considered fall in voltage and magnitude is minus IR, as shown in figure C. On the other hand, if loop path direction is opposite to the current, then it is considered rise in voltage and magnitude is plus IR, as shown in figure D. The direction of current flow may be assumed either clockwise or anti-clockwise. If the assumed direction of current is not the actual direction, then on solving the questions, this current will be found to have a minus sign. If the answer is positive, then assumed direction is the same as actual direction. Kirchhoff's law's application. Kirchhoff's law applicable both to DC and AC voltage and current. An application of this law is explained here with an example circuit. The circuit consists of 3 resistors and 2 voltage source. So voltage source are given V1 and V2. Here consider 2 loop equation, loop 1 and loop 2. Then applying KVL for loop 1, then equation is V1 minus I1R1 minus I3R3 equal to 0. And another loop equation 2, write down minus I2R2 minus V2 and plus R3I3 equal to 0. Now let us solve a problem using Kirchhoff's law. For this given circuit, we have to find out the voltage drop across CE and voltage drop across AG. Consider arbitrary current flow direction through loop 1. A, B, C, D, A. And loop 2 is E, F, G, H, E. For loop 1, current is I1 and for loop 2, current is I2. But B2, H, there is no current flow path because current flow path is always closed path. Outgoing current path and incoming path are not same. Using KVL, we obtain for loop 1. Starting point considering from A. The voltage drop across 6 ohm resistance is 6I1 and 5 ohm resistance is 5I1 and 9 ohm resistance is 9I1 and voltage is D2A 20 volt. So the equation is minus 6I1 minus 5I1 minus 9I1 plus 20 equal to 0. Then we get I1 equal to 1 ampere. From the second loop equation, then this equation is minus 5I2 minus 8I2 minus 40 minus 7I2 equal to 0. Then we get I2 equal to minus 2 ampere. Then find out voltage drop across CE. Voltage CE means VE minus VC, otherwise VC minus VE. But conventionally it is considered VE minus VC. So path is EHBC. So calculate the voltage drop across VCE, that means starting from E. So the voltage drop is VEH plus VHB plus VBC equal to 5I2 plus 10 minus 5I1. Then put the values of I1 and I2 equal to minus 5 volt. Similarly, calculate VAG. Starting point is G. Similarly, calculate VAG. So the path is GHBA. So minus 7I2 10 plus 6I1. Then we get 30 volt. Resistance in series. In a series circuit, the output current of the first resistor flows into the input of the second resistor. Therefore, the current is the same in each resistor as shown in figure. A series circuit can be called a voltage divider because the total voltage is divided among various resistors in direct proportional to the resistance of each. Sum of the three voltage drop is equal to the voltage applied across the three conductors. So V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 equal to, we get I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. If the resultant or equivalent resistance is considered R, then V equal to IR. Then we get IR equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Then we get R equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So equivalent resistance is just the sum of the resistances of the individual resistors. Any number of resistors can be connected in series. If n resistors are connected in series, the equivalent resistance is R equal to summation of Ri. Resistance in parallel. In a parallel circuit, all of the resistor leads on one side of the resistors are connected together and all the leads on the other side are connected together. The major features of resistors in parallel can be summarizing as each resistor has the same potential drop across it. V equal to I1R1 equal to I2R2 equal to I3R3. The currents through each resistor may be different depending on the resistor. The sum of the individual currents equal to the current that flow into the parallel connections. I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. Since the current is divided between each branches of the circuit, so a parallel circuit is known as current divider. Considering equivalent resistance R, V equal to IR, simplifying above equation, we obtain V by R equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. So we get 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. If the two resistors are connected in the parallel circuit as shown in figure, here the current is divided between the two branches of the circuit. Let the branches currents are I1 and I2. Then we obtained I1 equal to I R2 by R1 plus R2 and I2 equal to I R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Short circuit and open circuit. A short circuit is low resistance connected between the two conductors supplying electrical power to any circuit. Practically, it can be achieved when 2 points of the circuit are connected together by a thick metallic wire. Here low resistance, ideally it is 0 since short circuit has 0 resistance. So no voltage exists across it because V equal to IR and R equal to 0, then we get V equal to 0. And current through short circuit path is very large, infinity, because I equal to V by R, then R equal to 0, then we get infinity. Then open circuit. Open circuit is an electric circuit that has been broken so that there is no complete path for current flow. In open circuit, as there is no current flow and resistance tends to infinity. So R equal to V by I, here I is 0, then we get resistance is infinity. The voltage across the open circuit terminal AB is known as open circuit voltage. Here is shown in figure short circuit, open circuit and closed circuit. Apart from these two types, another type of circuit is there when the terminals are connected by resistor for which resistance is neither 0 nor infinity, then the circuit is said to be closed circuit. Here shown in figure open switch and closed switch. Another figure is switch connected in series. Point should be noted that in case of a switch there is no short circuit as it is connected in series with load, so either it is open or closed circuit, but a short circuit is the alternate low resistance path or the current that must be connected in parallel as shown in
Figure C.
The third lecture is coming soon on source conversion and loop analysis. Please follow the lecture. Thank you.